Hello my friends and welcome to a new video. Today I am going to give you the list of the 12 seats that I have reviewed so far from worst to best. I see that in the comments of different reviews there is a lot of questions of which seat is better than another, or which seat I actually recommend. The list was made on my personal experience with them. Like all of the reviews, this is a subjectively tainted attempt to be objective. Some of the views I have will certainly conflict with those you have about a certain chair. Also, keep in mind that I only use these chairs for a limited time before they are sold again, so sometimes I just miss things. The comments I have for the chairs are just a summary. For all the chairs, a full review is available on the channel. So, to start off with, a chair that I absolutely do not recommend on spot number 12, and that is the QWare racing seat. The QWare racing seat doesn't really have a pedigree. I mean, it's the first and only seat that QWare has, and honestly, it's absolute rubbish. It's expensive, and it is actually a knockoff of the Playseat Evolution. What they do is they just buy it from AliExpress, they rebrand it, and well, that's it, and then they sell it. It comes in nice colors. You have the orange one, you have a blue one, so it's nice colors, but in general it's just knockoff Playseat Evolution, which is actually sold for quite some money too. So I think it went for 250 to 300 euro, and it's not worth it. So the only thing that it's good at is that you can fold the seat together and you can put it against the wall, and that's one of the only positive things I can say for this chair. So on the 11th spot we have the Playseat Evolution. Playseat Evolution is what I would say a bit outdated. The principle that they had with the bar in the middle, it worked well when you had two pedal bass. Then you didn't have any issue with it, but from the moment that the three pedal bases came into play, it actually was not really a good seat anymore. It's not overly comfortable either. It does look good. I have to admit that it really looks good. And the pedal plates, it's not that sturdy either, so it has to have a lot of flex. Steering wheel base has a lot of flex. So yeah, it's an icon in the in the industry, but yeah, it's not a seat that I would recommend these days to buy. It's very expensive too. So on to number 10, the Next Level Challenger. Next Level Racing, they do make some sturdy frames. The Challenger is a better seat than the Playseat Evolution, but it's still not that great. So the seats, I don't find it comfortable to be in. It's not really that good looking either, and the mechanism that holds the wheelbase is horrible. It wobbles completely. What I do like about it is that the pedal base is rather fixed. Configuration wise, it's better than the Evolution, but not by much. It does come with some nice options too. So what I like about Next Level Racing is that they always give you the gear shift holder. They always give you the extra bolts for attaching your hardware on it. So that's really nice. They always offer like a very complete package in their seats. On spot number 9 I have the Next Level Racing GT Lite. It's a chair that I reviewed not that long ago, and I had high expectations and they were not fulfilled at all. It's a chair that is marketed for being a portable solution, foldable solution, but in fact it's not, or at least not how it should be. It weighs a lot. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but if the equipment is attached to it, it weighs a lot, and it doesn't fold in all that well. still takes a lot of space when it's folded in. This coupled with the fact that it's immensely configurable, but when you deploy it again, you have to reconfigure it again, and this takes some time. And well, in general, this seat is over-engineered. Does have a lot of options. So it comes with the gear shift holder, which is always nice. Comes with the attachment balls for your hardware. Spot number 8, the RaceRoom RR3055. It was one of my first reviews, and I remember that I was very stern for this chair. So it's a modular design, so the seat comes as a basic seat, and then you can decide to add some options to it to make it a better seat. But the problem that I had with this is that they made these extra modifications so expensive. You already had to pay €300 for the basic chair, and then you had to start adding some modifications. It has an advantage that it doesn't have the bar in the middle, but it does have the arch, so your wheelbase holder rests on the arch, which was very good, and it's relatively stable too, but yeah, not wow either. It does look nice. I like the design of it a lot, the black and the red, so I like the design, but in general, well, if some of the modification would have been included in the base package, then my vision of it would have been different. Spot number 7, we have the Playseat Revolution. Now, the Playseat Revolution, the people at Playseat, they realized that the bar in the middle going towards the end of the frame was really an issue for people with the 3-pedal bases. So what they thought of was, we take the same thing, so we have a middle bar, but we let it start from under the user's butt and just go up. So I really liked it, but I would not go and call it a real revolution. I mean, okay, they changed it, but that's about everything that they changed for this chair. It has a very specific locking mechanism as well, which I liked a lot. Just have to check the review for it. But for the rest, the base pedal plate was just a bit too flimsy, and the seat hasn't changed from the Evolution, which dates already like a decade, or yeah, more than a decade. I liked it aesthetically, so I liked the looks of it. It was a very good looking chair, relatively stable as well, but pricey. It's a very hefty price tag that you have to pay for it. I believe it's between 350 and 400 euro, which is quite a lot of money for a seat, especially if you see the next few chairs that I have in my list. It's a lot of money. 6th place goes to the Playseat Challenge. Now, the Playseat Challenge is a chair that I simply adore. It's a fantastic chair. It doesn't take a lot of space. It's foldable. You can deploy it without any problem. It's fast to deploy. It's comfortable. I sit well in it as well. So yeah, it's a very great seat. It just has two things against it, and that one thing is the pedal base. So the pedal base is held into place with like a Velcro strap, which doesn't take well when you again have 3 pedal bases. It works fine for 2 pedal bases, but not for 3 pedal bases, and especially not if you go to Fanatec or something. Then yeah, it's simply not well designed, the pedal base. That's one thing, and the other thing is that it just doesn't look good. Like I said, I liked it a lot. Technically, it's pretty sound to me. It's relatively stable, comfortable, but just those 2 points were not good. It's the cheapest chair of the bunch, so the cheapest chair on 6th place, and definitely I can recommend it to people on a budget without a problem, or just people that don't have a lot of space. That this is the chair to buy. Then the fifth place goes to the Next Level Racing GT. I was amazed with this chair. I like this chair a lot. It was so stable for me. Again, options. So it came with the gear shift holder. It came with the seat rails. So very configurable. It felt sturdy. It felt heavy. All that you want. But then there is this crappy seat that they placed on it, which was just it was a downside. It really is a downside. You have this beautiful stable rig, and then you have this crappy chair which did absolutely nothing for the immersion of sim racing. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. Now they brought out the same frame, but then with a more expensive chair. But then you go to 750 euro for the chair, and that's sorry, but that's too much for what it is. So 4th place, Oplite Nitrokart. Had to wait a long time for it to arrive. They claimed that it was a seat for family use. I tested it, and it's true. It is a seat for family use. I mean, you could configure it for an adult, you can configure it for a child. It looks cool, it is solid, sturdy, everything that you want. It does not take up a lot of space, something as well. You can, if you put it really in the minimum length, and you clap down the middle pole, then it takes the same space as a Playseat Challenge, which is fantastic. I really like that chair. Downside of it is that it's not that easy to get in and out. What I also have to say is 350 euro can be considered as a hefty price tag. So if you buy this for your kids, it's the best seat out there for kids, but yeah, it has quite a nice price tag attached to it as well. For the rest, so the thing that I wanted to say is that I had a crack in the carbon fiber of the seats. I never been an unlucky guy. Perhaps this time I really got unlucky, and I just got that one that had an issue with the seat. But customer service, they assured me that this was just a one-off, that normally it is very strong, but they also told me, so if you have a problem with it, so that if there is a crack coming in it after 2 weeks like I had with mine, that you could contact customer service via email, and you send them your receipt and a photo and stuff like that, and that they would see that they could find a solution for you. Next, on number 3, I have the Playseat Trophy. Now, the Playseat Trophy review was a difficult one, because I felt like this seat was more oriented for the real e-sport gamers, or not just the more professional gamer. I'm not a professional gamer, I don't claim to be one, I just race for fun. What I do like is immersion. So I like to have a good feeling from my steering wheel, and I like my seat to be comfortable, and that I can adjust it like in a real car. That's something with the Playseat Trophy. Well, if you look at it, it's made of active fit, which is fantastic. You sweat less, okay, but also the seating position is like ergonomically formed to your body. It's not a car seat. I mean, if you get in it, you don't have the feeling that you are in a real race car. So that's like something that really played against it when I reviewed it. For the rest, the design is nice. I love the design. It is sturdy. It is like the most stable base that I reviewed so far. So I really like it, but also again for this one, very hefty price tag for what it is. Number 2, we have the Oplite GTR. Now that is the finest seat that I have sat in so far. Now when you sit in it, it's like you are in a real race car. They use a real bucket seat that you can find in a rally car or a GT car. So it's a real sense of immersion that you have in this. This combined with the fact that it's really stable, it's sturdy, it's qualitative materials that are being used. It's really hard to say something bad about this chair. The seat that I tested, the GTR that I tested, had a problem with the pedal base that I couldn't fix it. My TLCM pedals with 4 screws on it, but it did receive an update since that chair, and I'm sure that they tackled this problem as well. I have to say that they really have some good R&D at Oplite. It's a very hefty price tag, but for the rest, style, immersion, stability, rigidity, sturdiness, everything is there. Number 1. Anyone that has already watched a video from me talking about seats will have heard it or read it in the comments. The GT Omega Art series is my preferred seat. It's a fantastic seat. It comes standard with a lot of options. You have the gear shift holder, you have the seat slider. Entire rig is stable. The quality of the seat itself, it's a leather-like seat, but you have some gradations in leather like, and this one is real fine. Is real fine leather-like seat with the logo stitched in it. It looks fantastic style-wise. It's great. And the best thing about it is that this seat, it comes at a really affordable price. So it's 340 euro. That's Playseat money that you pay for all of this chair. The choice for the GT Omega Art series as best chair is also inspired because of its price, and if budget would not be an issue, there would be a different winner. I aim at 500 euro as the top of the budget I want to spend on a seat, and the cockpit needs to be a pack, so I try not to get involved with aluminum profile rigs. Some other chairs like the GT Omega Titan series or the Oplite GT3 Sport are on my shortlist. If you want to see what I have to say about them, and if one of them can unthrone the GT Omega Art series, subscribe to the channel. It takes only 2 of you to push me to 700 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. If you have any suggestions about seats to test or remarks, please leave a comment. I will try to reply all of them when I have some time. I'll see you all next video.